So today's travel day, and I've sorted out all of my pre-travel requirements, so it's just time to get going. I've got probably over 24 hours of traveling to do, so I'm up early. We've got to get to the airport a few hours before the flight and get going. So I've got to pack now. Got all the lists go into these two bags, so let me sort that out, and I think we're good to go. I'm going, you two. I'm gonna go. I will see you later. Alright, I've arrived at the airport and I'm through check-in and security, so we are good to go. We'll be boarding in how long? 2.5 hours, so a little while to go yet. So I'm gonna maybe find some breakfast and decide what to do next. They have a vending machine of pre-made meals. Spaghetti bolognese, butter chicken with rice, beef and veggie hot pot, and then you can have a snack on a COVID test. Here's the Aussie kind of souvenirs. Just below the Vegemite, we have something that might be useful. So it looks like the only food place open is Subway. So we're going to get a sandwich, I guess. Alright, so first food video of the trip. It's a sub. Alright, I won't put you through that. I got a Subway melt, which they don't have on the menu anymore. I don't know why, but they've removed Subway melt from the menu, which is a ham, turkey and bacon melted. I like it. Anyway, this is breakfast, and I'll see you a bit later. So I talked a little bit about how I got into poker and playing and falling in love with the game, but I thought I also should mention that I also got my family into playing as well. So my mum and dad both played. We used to go to the local pub and play the free games that they have there. And yeah, that was like multiple times per week we would go there, play poker and have fun. Also got my best mate to play, and he has gone on and played, I guess you could call it professionally, for a long time. Whereas I stuck to my day job. But still love the game and still play it as a hobby and try to learn as much as I can about it. Maybe talk a little bit about what is tournament poker. So a tournament is where a number of players enter the tournament by paying an entry fee. That entry fee, let's say, to use easy numbers, is $1,000. What will usually happen is $900 of that $1,000 will go into the prize pool, and the other $100 will be kept by the casino or the running organization to pay dealers and people to manage the tournament. For your entry fee, you get a certain amount of chips. So you might get 100,000 units of chips. And you'll sit down at a table, you get allocated a table randomly and a seat, and you'll play the game, you'll play poker until you run out of chips or until you have all of the chips from everyone else in the tournament. So there can be between 8, 9, 10 players at a table, and if there are 1,000 players in the tournament, that means there will be 100 tables of 10 players. So as players lose all of their chips by playing poker hands, they get eliminated and the tables reduce down until there's a single table left. That's called the final table. So what happens when you get further down, say to the final table or close? Usually tournaments pay about the top 15% of places. So out of a 1,000 player tournament, if you make it to place 150, then you'll win some money. Most of the money is in first place, so you really want to get, first as most times as possible. So maybe I'll show you how a hand of poker is played. Let's imagine that we have 2 players at the table and we're playing a game that I play called Texas Hold'em. Poker can be played in many different ways, but Texas Hold'em is the most popular one, and the one that I'll be playing in Las Vegas. So let's look here. I have a deck of cards, patriotic Australian cards. So the dealer will deal out the cards to the players. Each player will get 2 cards face down that only they can look at. So let's imagine there's just 2 players. There's a player here and there's me here. So the dealer will deal the cards, 1 to them, 1 to me, 1 to them, 1 to me. I'll look at my cards, 5 of diamonds and a 7 of diamonds. And this is where the game begins. The players at the table go through what's called a betting round. This means the player can wager some of their chips on the fact that they have the best hand, or will have the best hand. And if you think that you might have the best hand, you might wager some of your chips. If everyone has met the wager, then 3 cards are dealt in the middle. This is called the flop. So, first card we take off the top and we set it aside. This means that no one was able to see the cards underneath, so they weren't able to maybe see a mark on the other side. So we have a 3 of diamonds, an 8 of clubs, and a 7 of spades. A 7 of clubs. Now we go through another betting round. Now the idea is for me to take my 2 cards that only I can see and put them with potentially 3 of the cards that are on the board. Now, I don't have to put them with all of the cards on the board here. Currently there's only 5 cards that I can see, so I have to use all 5 cards. But as more cards come out, I can choose not to use those cards. And my opponent will do the same. So the other player will either decide to wager more chips, so more and more chips go into the pot, and whoever has the best hand at the end wins the pot. Once everyone has met the current wager, we deal a card off the top, and we deal a 4th card. This is the turn card. Again, we have a round of betting until everyone meets the wager. 1 last card off the top, and the final card, the river. So my goal is to take my 2 cards that only I can see, put them with potentially 3, 4, or all 5 of the cards on the board to make the best hand, and my opponent will take their 2 cards and put them with potentially 3, 4, or all 5 of the cards on the board to make the best hand that they can make. Now for me, let's say we bet, everyone sees the bet, matches the wager, and then we show our cards. So I show my cards, and so what I have is 2 pair, a pair of 7s and a pair of 5s, and the best card after that is an 8. So I have 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 7 of clubs, and 8 of clubs. And my opponent will show their hand, which is 1 pair, a pair of 3s, and then the highest card, ace, 8, 7. And so in this particular hand, I win. Any of the chips that were put into the pot or wagered into the pot will go to me, and everyone else who put chips in has lost those chips. And we play these hands over and over and over again until there is only 1 player left. Okay, well, I have landed in LA and now I'm walking to the American Airlines terminal, which is where my connecting flight is. just got off the flight from LA to Vegas, and you can tell you're in Las Vegas because slot machines. I've arrived at my Airbnb, so let's go in and take a look. Squeaky door. Well, hello. Finally finished the traveling and arrived at the Airbnb. Get to take my mask off for once. So that's great, and I guess let's have a look and see what we've got here at the Airbnb. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there's the front door. We've got a fold-out bed there, coffee table and TV, a stove, coffee maker, fridge. Here's the laundry, washer and dryer. Got a dishwasher, sink, dining table. Let's have a look at the bedroom. Here's the bedroom. Pretty simple, nice. Got the bed, got a fan, wardrobe here. Yep. Let's have a look at the bathroom. Turn the light on. So they've got a contemporary chic basin. Love it. Toilet there. Hopefully there's no one behind here. Standard shower. We don't have a noodles shower head. Shout out to Harold Balder. And that's pretty much it. That's going to be my home for the next couple of weeks. So that's a room tour. Now I'm going to have a bit of a rest. After all of that travel, I'm a bit tired now. It's just after lunchtime. I think it could be coming up to 1 o'clock now here in Vegas. So I might have a shower, have a bit of a rest, and then we'll go out and do some exploring. See you soon. Hey everyone, so I'm back and I've had a bit of a rest. I've had a shower and I'm a little bit more energized. I pretty much got no sleep on the big flight from Brisbane to LA. So pretty tired. I think I've been up for 28 hours now. And it's about 3 p.m. in Vegas. So I've still got a little while to stay up to try and keep on a good schedule. But I wanted to just make a few notes about the trip so far. So I didn't really get much footage in LA. It was a little difficult to find good places to record and to film. It was quite busy there, and I had a coffee in my hand and bags in the other hand and wasn't able to film. So I apologize for not getting good footage in LA, although there wasn't really too much interesting going on there. One thing to note about the flight from Brisbane to LA is that cliche that happened to me, and it was the pilot came over the announcement and said, "Is there a doctor on board?" or words to that effect. And so I think there was a lady on board that wasn't feeling too well, so they called out for a doctor or someone with medical training, and I actually saw in our cabin quite a few of the attendant lights flipped on. So there's quite a few doctors on our flight, so that was a good thing to know, and good to know they all were going to jump in there and help out that they could. I think the lady was okay by the end of the flight, and hopefully she recovers quickly. Another quick note about the Las Vegas flight. I think I found a bit of a hack. When I checked in, I looked at the seats available, and I found that there was a middle seat that was available to change to for no extra cost. where the aisle and the window seats next to it cost a certain amount. I think it was $17 or $20 to change to those seats, and all three were available. So I chose the middle seat for free, and luckily enough, when I got on board, there was no one sitting next to me, so I had that whole row to myself. No one else wanted to pay the $17 to choose those seats. So I got some footage out of the window, and you'll probably see some of that in this video. So the next thing I want to do is say thank you to everyone who commented on my announcement video. I really appreciate the encouragement that you're giving me, and hopefully you continue to watch and enjoy me sharing my adventure over here. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them either in my next video or reply directly back to you in the thread. I have a couple of questions from the previous video. So Nathan asks, how much have you won? What is the biggest win you've had? What tournaments have you won? So I guess there's a little bit of a distinction. When I first started playing poker, I played online almost exclusively, and I won a few tournaments over the years playing online. I think the largest win I had was about $5,000 US, and that was for a first or second. I can't remember exactly, but that was my biggest win online. But I did do fairly well and built my bankroll up, I believe, from like $50 up to $500, and then from there I played multi-table tournaments and got a few wins to get into the thousands, and just played from there. In terms of live tournaments, there is a website that you can go to, and I'll put it in the descriptions below, called hendonmob.com, and if you go there, you can type my name in, and you can see actually all of my results from live tournaments in Las Vegas and in Australia. And I believe my biggest win was like maybe 3,000-ish American dollars, I believe, but I should really go and double check that. But yeah, I really want to try and do really well and get up into the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. That would be awesome. Another question, Vinny asks, what is the highest you've placed, if not won, at a WSOP event? So I guess it depends, because everything depends basically is the answer to all questions. But there are bracelet events, which are the main kind of events that people go to the WSOP to play in. And in 2019, I believe it was, I got 640th in the Millionaire Maker tournament. Now that is quite a way away from first place, but I believe there were around, I want to say 10,000 entries, but I could be wrong. It could even just be 5,000. But there were multiple thousands of entries, and I got 640th. That has been sort of the best placing that I've had in a bracelet event. They also have side events, and there's one that I generally play. It's an afternoon multi-table tournament, and the best I've done in that is 20th. So I'm hoping to better that this year as well. Vinny also says, I got into poker around the same time as you, but haven't played a WSOP event. You've got to get here. It is a great experience and great atmosphere for all of poker, and I really enjoy it, and that's why I've come back so much. So I'm here at Paris Casino, and we're about to look at the WSOP. So you can see a sign that looks like this. Welcome to the World Series of Poker. And if we go around to the right, you see the big entrance. Welcome to the World Series of Poker. And to the left is the gift shop, or the WSOP retail shop.
Oh man, I want to come on your vlog. What's up, man? San Diego.
We had our first guest appearance on the vlog. Over here on the right, you can reprint your Caesar's reward card. And let's walk down. And if you're going to use online registration, you come into here. Alright, fast track and online verification. I've gone on in there and done that. And the Caesar's Sportsbook is here. There's the tables that are in this area. Tells you where the restrooms are. And we have some tournaments going on in here.
Excuse me, can I have your autograph? Yeah, man.
Poker workshop is there. And here is the main room. And we've got the casino employees event going on right now. And the King's Room in the corner. We have day one of the 100k bounty going on here with a few famous players. Hey, it's me. I got a new hat. Got a WSOP hat, and I'm heading out onto the strip now to just walk down the strip, get a bit of footage there, and then we'll grab some food somewhere. Not sure where yet. So check out the strip. So there's Bally's in Paris, which is where the WSOP is. Tonight's meal or dinner is going to be Bobby's Burgers. Then I got the barbecue smokehouse burger and fries with Bobby sauce and a vanilla bean shake. So let's give it a go. Okay, so the barbecue smokehouse burger has burger patty, American cheese, bacon, and grilled onion, I think it is. Fried onion. It's good, tastes like a burger. I'll try the chips with the Bobby's sauce. So this is Bobby's sauce. It's red, so maybe it's hot. Spicy, I guess. It's probably mild spice level. Mark Weems would probably not consider it spicy at all. The burger tastes really good. The chips are good. And the fries. Let's try the shake. It's quite a nice shake. It has a lot of whipped cream on the top. So, first proper meal in Vegas, and I would give it a thumbs up. Although I could be just really, really hungry. But Bobby's Burgers was very nice.